All right, so it's been a couple weeks. Had a couple things get in the way, a little golf, and then it got hot as hell out, like 105 degrees index. I don't know about you guys, but I'm not a big fan of that kind of heat. So I took a couple weeks off, enjoyed myself, but time to get back at it. I am on the Grand River today. Can't say where, but I am searching for some big cats. I have a friend that pulled out a couple big ones not too long ago, so kind of got me excited to do a video about catfishing. I've never done it before. This is really all new to me. I mean, I've catfished before in a basic way, but not like what I'm targeting tonight. I got some bigger hooks, bigger line. Actually picked myself up a couple rod holders because the typical sticks I use won't hold up to the cats that are in here. So I am going to do an overnight trip. I'm going to sleep by the river. There's another spot I want, but it's down the ways a little bit, but there's a ton of people there, so I'm hoping as night comes along, people clear out. See how it goes. So welcome to another episode. Let's get into some big cats. Okay, so again, we're going to be doing some catfishing today. I actually picked up a couple extra things today. I picked up a net, something that's actually big enough to swing down to the water to grab something big if I need to, because the cats in here get pretty sure between 40 to 60 pounds. I mean, we're talking some big fish. So that's what I'm trying to hope to get to. As you can see, I got a couple cigars here for me for tonight. I do plan on staying the night, and I'm using crawlers for right now just to throw something out there while I finish everything, getting everything ready, doing an intro and all that. So I've never used this stuff before. Catfish bait, I don't know. I'm gonna plug a couple on and see how it does and see if it outperforms my worms. And then after that, I am actually going to put on something smaller, a little hook here, throw a little worm on it, and do a little just trying to find some bait, find some smaller fish, maybe another goby, maybe a creek chub. But if I do get something like that, I'm going to cut it up, put it on a line, drop it to the bottom, and see what happens. From what I hear, fresh bait is always the best. Fresh cut bait, that is. But you know what, worms work, always worked for me in the past. They sell catfish bait for a reason, I guess, so we'll give it a whirl. So we'll see if magic is actually magic. I tell you what, though, I'm not looking forward to touching this shit, though. Good thing I brought a couple extra big sinkers, because the ones I did have on did not work. And I'm doing two different ways of putting them on the bottom. Just to see if there's a difference or not. I don't know, but I've done it both ways, and tonight I'm going to put them both to the test, see what happens. But on this one, I got the sinker sitting above on a little swivel like this. I want that down, and then I'm going to have the hook off to the side. So the whole thing is, hopefully the sinker's down, the bait floats. Whereas on that one, I have the hook on the bottom and the sinker switched up. Just to give it a different presentation. So like I said, not sure if it really makes a difference. I've done both ways, so if you have a preference on how you like to throw yours down or what you have better luck on, let me know in the comments. Now typically catfish bait stinks, so we're gonna see. Not too bad. I don't think I want to eat one. Gonna give them a little taste of all of them. Again, there's some big ass cats in here, so just picked up these, like I said, these rod holders. Let's hopefully they do their job. Now I have to be careful because there's a sharp decline on these banks. I was looking over here, I was stepping down, and right as I got my foot here, I look down, I can see right through the vines that it drops off right here. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? Forgot to set my drag. And the thing is, typically what you want to do is you want to set the drag a little lighter so that they can take it. You don't want them just yanking right off the bat. You want them to actually take the hook, enjoy that savory flavor, and then the whole point is for when you set the hook, it gets into the corner of the mouth and ready to rock. Oh, I also have bells too to put on the tip of these, so at night we can tell when we have a bite. Pretty low key with technology. I know they make these little sensors that you can go on your line, and as soon as it starts getting drug out, it starts beeping, but I mean, honestly, who the hell needs that? I mean, if I had a show like River Monsters, stuff like that, then I mean, it's just given to you and you can use that kind of stuff, but So the thing is that there's bait fish all along here, so there should be the bigger ones out there a little deeper, right? In theory, that's supposed to be how it works, but maybe I don't have enough worm on for them. They're like, you want me to spend some time taking a bite of that, make it worth my while. Just like a buddy of mine the other week, right before dark, I looked at him and said, hey, 50 bucks, one hole, winner takes all. He said, you need to make it worth my while. He said, I won't look at anything under 100. So I said, one hole, 100 bucks. Let's go. You get a caddy, I get a caddy. Poor bastard never had a chance. I step up, pipe a nice little draw down the middle. That poor boy proceeded to take 3 strokes to get to that drive. And then he hit one out of bounds right after that. There was, I think, around $700-800 of bets going on at this time. Yeah, I was hanging around a bunch of degenerates, but there was a lot of money on the line. Like I said, around $700-800, and let's just say the guys who bet money on him walked right off the course after he hit that one out of bounds. Hey, you know what? I even paid my caddy 10%, gave him 10 bucks. Good old boy. Carried my clubs all the way back to my car. Well worth the 10 bucks. It's finally beautiful out, not hot as hell. I'm not sitting inside on my couch. Now, if I can only catch a damn small little bait fish, I'd be set. And therefore I can kick back and have a cigar. But damn it, I want to get a little bait first. So come on now, be good to me. I don't know about you guys, but I love golfing. I love fishing. I love the fact that I decided to take on a new venture in life and video all this stuff and put it on YouTube. You know, there's a part of me that just likes to be a little more creative. And honestly, all the editing is kind of like art. To put down what I want. It's not a cup of tea for everybody, but you know, I'm not for anyone. I'm not for everybody either. Now, if I can just talk, that'd be half the battle. Go figure. Here's something new. I didn't know that these things got too hot because I've never recorded in anything this warm. So GoPros do get a little too hot, so it did turn off on me. There's all kinds of things going on around here on the river. There's beavers, who knows what else. But anyways, I'm going to turn off just so that everything cools off and get back on here. Hopefully the next time I'm on, I'm hooked into one of those big ass cats. Maybe we need to be a little more quiet. I don't know. But, alright man. So here's one of those unexpected things. Got out here, set my poles in. I finally got some live bait, by the way. Perfect sized little bait fish. Cut his head off, threw him on the hook, and now I got him out here, straight out in front of me. The thing about what I didn't realize out here is they turned the street lights on. And even down there where I wanted to go, there's lights on down there. So Doesn't look like it's going to get very dark around here, and I probably didn't need my lantern. If I do get something, the lantern will come in handy, because then it'll just give me some more light. But yeah, gonna be here for a few hours. I'll check in every once in a while. Hopefully I don't get kidnapped. It's kind of a little sketchy around here, I think. We'll see. Oh, been a while since I stayed out all night fishing. Long time. All I know is cats like to feed at night. Even though the friend of mine who caught those big cats downtown, that was during the daytime, so go figure. But I figure again, with all the heat that was here, get out in the middle of the night on a cooler day, cooler night. We had some rain again, and hopefully it stirs something up. Be cool to get on video, one of those big ones. Here's what I got to look at for the rest of the night. So you know what this Indian's going to do? He's going to look for himself a different little spot. Somewhere a little more off the beaten path. Do a little bit more exploring off this river. Time to get away from people and traffic. But hey, this is different. It's interesting. We'll see. Who knows? I might hit the jackpot here. But all along down the bank to the left of me over there, there's people all along the banks having fires. Kind of cool. But I still like to be alone. I still like to be in the dark. But that's not going to be in the cards today, so might as well stop talking about it. If you know a better way of fishing for these big cats, I'm not shy towards some advice. Help a brother out, something like that. Maybe I'll join one of those Facebook catfishing channels, groups. God, I hope I get one of these guys. Make my day, make my night. Really make my summer if I caught something that big. I mean, it'd be a first. All right. Check in a little bit later. All right, so it's about 11:45. Still no luck. But I do want to give a shout out to these little canisters. If you've never used a thermocell or ever heard of one of these things, I'm telling you what, I highly recommend them. These things work like a charm. I mean, I'm out here in my shorts. And before I had this on, I started getting bit. So I went and got this, and ever since then, it's like I got a force field around me. But me and my son went to Isle Royale a couple years ago, and I got this for that trip. And even then, we were sitting around our campsite while other people were as well, but they were all in their mosquito nets. And they were all getting eaten up. And me and my son were sitting up at our campsite with this thing in between us with no mosquito net on, and never really bothered. I mean, one would get us every once in a while, but it wasn't like what everyone else is going through. So I highly recommend buying one of these thermocells. I like this one in particular. It's legit. But anyways, put that right back there. All right, so I am going to pull up my line, see how the bait's doing, and then I'm going to show you the bait fish that I caught, how I got it hooked, and then we're going to try a little different spot. The thing about this part of the river is I really don't know what the bottom's like. I don't know where there's a deep spot or not, but I'm going to pull it up, and I'm going to throw it up a little bit further into the darkness up over here a little, and then I'm going to try to catch another bait fish. The first one I caught it on a little spinner. Spinners usually always work, so the worms weren't doing anything. Something might be hitting it. Well, I think something's tugging. Something's liking. I can't tell if it's bouncing off the bottom. I mean, something hit it. Seemed like something kept tugging on it for a second. That's the thing in this river, is that you can have logs floating by, branches floating by, snag your line, but if that were the case, it'd still be dragging. But I'm gonna be pretty upset if he snatched my fish. Snatched my fish. Well, a little excitement anyways. False alarm, I guess. You know, it's funny how sometimes your brain just goes blank when you're fishing. I always sit there and think about, I gotta come up with stories or something to talk about when we're out here fishing. But it's just funny how you just go silent and your brain just goes into a different spot when you're fishing. I know a lot of my brethren out there who are out there dipping their lines in the water, doing their best at trying to get that lunker. Your brain just goes in a different place. Sometimes you have to remember to think, well, it's 1 in the morning and still nothing. Bells went off a couple times, but again, I think it's just debris. Got me a little excited though. But in the meantime, I have a couple little creatures crawling behind me back here. I don't think that they care for me to be here right now, but oh well. I'm here for a while longer. But yeah, beautiful night. The one thing that I didn't realize is how wet it was going to get. Everything's pretty damp. But beer's going down pretty well. It's still cold. Just drinking beer down by the river. It's not a full moon night, but is that a bit of degeneracy? Ooh. See, that's the thing is, the bell rings, it gets me all excited and look up and it's just nothing. Come on, baby, just hit it. You know you're hungry. I don't know why the fish gotta be so stubborn sometimes. Did I mention how awesome that thermocell is? I tell you what, I have no mosquitoes around me. Pretty crazy. Great invention. I wish I had one of those reclining chairs right now. It'd be a perfect chair to have right now to kick back on and snuggle into my sleeping bag and pass out for a minute, but who needs sleep? Alright, well, I'll get back into you. Alright, I'll get back to you. Alright, it's 2:30 in the morning, and I'm gonna get some shut-eye. Fell asleep in the chair. Falling asleep in the chair with a down angle. Not the best thing to do, so I'm gonna go lay down for a second. I'll be up in about an hour, check on the poles, and get back at it. Good morning. Well, that felt pretty good. I needed a couple hours of sleep, but it's about 6 o'clock in the morning. Nothing yet. What do? Brought up everything, checked everything out. Still got my cut bait. Threw on a new set, a couple worms on the one hook, and see what this morning brings. Hopefully something a little more productive than last night. I love to hear that bell, but every time I think it's always been just something running into the line. But got a little chilly, got a little wet out here. Everything's soaked. Pretty out though. It's early morning. I'm tired. Don't have too much to put on camera at this point. Hoping for a fish. If anything, then it'll give me something to talk about, right? But for right now, I don't even have any coffee. I'm gonna sit down, chill out, see what happens. All right, see you in a minute. Oh yeah. Oh. Alright, finally got on the board. Not a catfish, but I got her bass. Oh! No, pretty sure it's a bass. Looked like a large. Well, counting my chickens too soon. Instead of focusing on just getting them in. Oh, I was trying to position myself. Oh well. Got a little action anyways. Now I had a silver spoon on earlier and I threw it right out at the end of that pillar out there, and immediately it got hammered. And the weird thing is that my line snapped, but it didn't snap on the actual leader line itself. It snapped on the braid. It didn't make sense. I mean, he yanked, tugged hard, and then snapped. Or yeah, it was just weird. I don't know. Not happy about that one. But it was just weird. I don't know. 2 hooked this morning. None landed. Ooh. That gave me a different angle. Still didn't produce shit, but it gave me a different angle. Oh yeah. That's living dangerously right there. Well, I got it back. Playing with fire though. Ah, but hey. Oh, I love when people leave their shit all over the bank. Grab this up, throw it up there, take it later. Clean up the bank whenever you can, folks. Cast was so good it scared off the swallows. That's right, you guys don't have to be scared. I know what I'm doing. Or they're, actually, you know what? They look like they're pretty excited. Like they've never seen a cast like that before. They're like, damn, we've been down here a long time. Seeing all kinds of people cast. See, they got all excited again. Celebrating. See? There are fans everywhere. A little too early to squawk the tires. I'm all for squawking tires, but damn. Let a brother have some coffee first. Oh, I should have brought my coffee maker. Okay, well, that didn't quite turn out the way I wanted it to, but what do? You know, as a rule of thumb, typically easy access fishing is usually not the best fishing just because of the water being beat up all the time by people. It's just heavily fished. I knew that going in, but doing what I was doing for the first time, I didn't want to be too far away from the vehicle, but next time I'll research a much better area. Get away from more people, get away definitely from the lights that I didn't realize that were going to be on all night. The place I did want to go to, where I originally wanted to set up, it was a great spot. It's where 2 rivers meet. And there is a couple nice deep holes there, but I wasn't going to deal with all the people that were down there. I don't like to impose on other people's fishing spots, so next time we'll do something a little different, find a better place. So my next video that's coming out, I'm going to do a couple different videos. One's going to be a family video with my mom, dad, and my brother, all my kids. But I'm also going to take you on a little journey or fishing trip with me on a stream that I used to fish when I was a kid. It was a trout stream that always had brookies. And the interesting thing about it is that it goes through the swamp. So it's a different type of fishing. You have to sneak up on these things a little bit more, but it's just thick. It's through the swamp. It's kind of like what the little stream on right now. This little stream down a little further is much different. A lot of a lot of little deep holes for just holds a lot of good brook trout. So that'll be my next couple videos. So until then, hey, enjoy the 4th of July, and we'll see you on the next time out. Peace.